Hey.
Voila.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I don't know where you are. We will go through a quick rounds of intros from the team here on the stage. Very happy to have this opportunity and some minutes of your time to talk a little bit about what's going on, clarify questions, and so on. My name is Rodrigo Tamilini. I'm the co-founder and CEO of GamerSafer, and I'm very proud and happy to, for the past almost 2 years. Tomorrow is 2 years. Being part of a Minehut community in a different format. Of course, we knew Minehut for a long time, and we actually had solutions in Minehut before the acquisition. Um, but yeah, in the past 2 years, having the responsibility of putting all those talents together to drive great experience on Minehut. So has been rewarding, challenging 2 years. Very happy to share more about it. But before jumping into the questions and all these kind of things, I would just like to popcorn and drop the mic back to Maria.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Maria. I'm Rodrigo's co-founder. I lead our impact initiatives at GamerSafer, and I'm also Minecraft safety advisor for their safety council. My background is in social impact, so I try to bring as much as impact initiatives to all the work that we do at GamerSafer. I'm really proud of what we are building here. Proud of our mods supporting our community. Jamie and the team doing an amazing work also with you all. And I'm here to learn and also to share more about the work that we do. And I'll popcorn to Marcelo.
Hey everyone, my name is Marcelo. I'm GamerSafer CPO. I'm not angry at all. In fact, I'm super excited about what's to come. I know sometimes it's you guys don't have access to all the information or everything that happens behind the scenes, obviously, but there's a lot of cool stuff incoming, and now you know more than you did last week. So I've been working with startups for over 10 years at this point, and including my own startup. So I'm very used to all the things that happen in early stage startups, in organizing processes and such. And like I said, I'm GamerSafer CPO, so I basically lead all products of GamerSafer, both on gaming and gaming communities and trust and safety. So not mad. I'm super excited. Oh, and I have to popcorn, right? So
Waiting
waiting
for the
I'm
popcorn.
Billy.
doing it to introduce
Well,
Billy. Let's go,
let's
Billy.
volunteer Billy.
Yes, howdy folks. Great to meet you all. I'm Billy. I've been now with GamerSafer coming up to 4 months, which has been a privilege to be part of the Minehut community and understand and um, everything that's all the amazing things that are going on as part of Minehut that both we're doing internally and you guys are creating, whether it be the UGC or whether it be the awesome server content and server hosting that you folks have been up to. I've been with a Minecraft background now for coming up to 12 years. So I was 14, 15 when I started my Minecraft career as a level designer and managing the level design team over at Hypixel. And then that swiftly moved on to working on Hightail and being a level designer, environment designer there, and then also going into production and product and managing gameplay systems and mini game systems over there. But really awesome to join this team and get to know you guys so that we can make great platform of Minehut. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll pass popcorn over to Jamie.
Hello, Jamie. I am the community and support manager over at Minehut. I've been here for uh, going on 6 years, so hopefully most of you already know me. And we're super excited to do the stage call with you guys today. Quick and easy.
Great. Well, not sure if you guys had an opportunity, but yesterday Billy posted a quick, long video about some of the things that are coming on Minehut. Of course, we started the video celebrating these 2 years after the acquisition. but more than that, talking a little bit about what's going on, right? I think the video was very comprehensive in many ways. Talks a little bit about, of course, the state of Minehut as is, and I think part of the questions that we received that really touched that, and we are happy to go into some details. Also talks about our vision and our commitment with the platform. I can say that yes, those in a bottle in a nutshell, right? Basically, the past 2 years were intense, right? A lot of work, a lot of learnings to really steer this great community and platform towards a bright future, right? As many people know, Minehut is about 12 years old now, almost 13 years old, and there is a legacy of many things that we had to get up to speed and to change in order to make this sustainable and secure a future for Minehut. I don't think I ever mentioned that in a community call before, but when we acquired Minehut 2 years ago, Minehut was about to be closed. Okay, so Minehut was literally 1 week away of being shut down completely. Okay, so this shows how challenging our job was to get it and steer this back to a route where those hundreds of thousands of players that we have every month coming to the platform can have some fun and positive and great experiences, right? How we can keep leveraging the community of a user-generated content and server owners to just put their passion towards Minecraft and create great experiences. Yes, it was super challenging, but I can say we are definitely in a much better path right now. Still a lot of work to be done, and happy to go into some more details about that. Okay, with this brief intro, maybe you can just jump in straight to the questions, Jamie. So feel free to shoot the questions that you got, and we go through that.
All right. Let me pull this up. Question number 1 is, does Minehut know what it wants to be?
Yeah, we know. A great question, though. I think we touched this quickly on Billy's video yesterday, and we also mentioned this before during the acquisition. We never saw Minehut as a server hosting company. Okay, on the GamerSafer side, we held a great relationship with many server hostings in the ecosystem, right? And we never saw Minehut as a service provider in that sense. We always understood Minehut as a platform and as an ecosystem enabler. Okay, platform for creators to come and to build great things, and we can put a massive player base together, so enables this discoverability component that makes everybody flourish together, right? So no matter if you're talking about first party content or those servers that are connected, built inside or connected to Minehut, this platform ecosystem plays what we believe is really relevant, because it's a way for us to nurture this diverse pool of talents passionate about Minecraft, and of course also brings a lot of players together. So I think that's the uniqueness that we have on Minehut. Is the largest independent server network in the world, right? And we many times make an analogy of Minehut as like a train station, right? So we have this train station where we are trying to put as much cool things possible we possibly can. But this is also helping to connect with several different destinations. And I think that's the unique value proposition on Minehut inside this bigger Minecraft ecosystem. I think the fact that we also owns Minehut now, and GamerSafe has a strong play in trust and safety. That's how we start everything, right? It's also very important because we also are trying to help to raise the bar in terms of trust and safety inside Minecraft ecosystems. And just a good example of that. And once again, Maria, congratulations. Maria was recently appointed as part of the official Minecraft Safety Council. So this is a little bit what we are doing as an ecosystem enabler, right? GamerSafer has strong ties with other companies in the space, right? And we are also trying to figure out how together we can keep growing Minecraft great experiences.
All right. And question number 2. Do we feel that we have met the expectations of the community and server owners?
I don't think so, right? I think the best is still to come. And I can shed some lights about that, specifically on the server owner side of the things, and I can jump into community later on. We spent a significant time really mastering this cluster and how things works behind the scenes. And the challenge was we really have, in order to find the sustainable path for Minehut, we really have to go back to the tech stack and cut a lot of things out that was not making Minehut sustainable. Okay, so that was basically one of the initiatives. Okay, let's kill many things that are consuming a lot of resources and time, not necessarily driving a lot of value, and really dragging Minehut down in a way that was not sustainable. This work took a while because we were literally cutting some wires while the plane was flying, right? So we had to be careful, but we had this sense of urgency because the trajectory was not good. So it took us a while to juggle those two things: how we optimize the platform while keep things working, and try to keep the community with a good sense that things were evolving in some shape and form. To be 100% transparent, I think we did some decisions in the middle of the way, and we tried some things that didn't work as fast as we wanted. But I think the past 4 or 5 months, I really saw the light on the end of by the end of the tunnel, and I feel really comfortable where we stand in terms of infrastructure and architecture to drive a better value back to server owners connected to the platform. Whenever we talk about the broader community, I think we have to keep entertaining players, right? And helping players to find great reasons to come back to Minehut and our ecosystem as a whole. And I think there are some things that we are just releasing right now that are trying to feed this path. So this combination of having great servers connected to Minehut, but also some lights towards unique experience on this first-party content approach. But yeah, I think the best is still to come. But I really feel that we are in a very good trajectory as we speak right now.
And how do we intend on attracting new players and increasing our player base?
Oh, I think one of the message that people probably heard from yesterday's video is, yes, we are getting rid of the time limit on the free servers, right? So I think this was long waited and probably one of the initial requests that people sent back to us as soon as we got into the boat. We believe this for sure is a very good enabler of a player count by the end of the day. And we do have statistics about that. A significant number of players that comes through Minehut, they also have servers. They spend a little bit of time in their servers and go through the rest of the network. So we believe this will help us to go in this path. More details about this specific initiative will come soon. So there is some small details that we will release, but I think this is one of the drivers for sure. Another thing to make it keep growing the user base is we believe that, as going back to the analogy, right? If we make the train station more shiny and more interesting, with refreshed content and relevant experiences, this drags more players in, and those players, whenever they go through this experience, they also go through the rest of the network. So we are really excited about that. I think the SMP project that will be launched on March 18th is really unique in many ways. So we have really ambitious plans for that, and I think it's very different from traditional SMP experience that will come down the road. So I think this is also a strong contributor of player count by the end of the day. And I think the rest of making sure that we keep streamlining and improving some features that we have in the platform to make the overall experience of players better. So we can improve our onboarding experience for new players, the server discoverability components for sure, and driving some other initiatives like influencer-led growth, brand activations, and so on. So as you guys probably noticed, right, we were able in the past 2 years to drag very unique experiences for Minehut, and this also brought new players. So just an example, we had the official Lego activation that happened last year. So as you know, Mojang and Microsoft, they are very conservative of allowing brand activations inside Minecraft. This is the power that we have at Minehut. We were allowed to do such a big impact. So it was a global campaign with a number of tier one brand like Lego. This usually does not happen inside Java, right? So I think those kind of new flavors, great experiences, great brands, partnerships with Mojang and the overall Minecraft ecosystem, I think that's the combination of components that will bring us to a better player count down the road.
And how much personal info does Minehut collect?
Well, besides the account creation process, right, which is you guys can see, which are basically collecting emails to contact you and your Minecraft account. At Minehut, the same way that we manage things on GamerSafer in general, we do understand that your data is your data. We do not share your data without prior consent. And you can see all the details in our terms of service and privacy policy. I can let me, since this is a Minehut specific question, I'll be more focused on Minehut specifically, right? So besides the account information that you created with us and the UUID that we have from Minecraft and any transactional data related to any purchases that you have inside the platform, we are basically tracking the IP addresses because we have to understand the geolocation for players in order to do several optimizations and services delivery. One thing that I think is important to mention back to you is, because I already got this question many times, is, as you know, we do have this ad network inside Minecraft. So we deliver videos and billboards with marketing campaigns. Advertisers do not have access to any data from players. So we won't see any initiative related to retargeting or repassing information back to them. So we are really protective and we do not concede like players' data to any other data processor in any shape and form. And we will keep that. Honestly speaking, some ad networks try to connect with Minehut in the past. And the first question they ask us, can we have access to this data? And our answer is always no, right? And we will not change that. So that's how we do things at Minehut. And again, that's also how we do things in GamerSafer. Of course, GamerSafer has many other products, and nuances about it. Happy to answer if people are curious about that too.
I did see a question here also about the BD PR compliance. You want to cover that?
Sorry, I missed you, Jamie. GDPR compliance?
Yes, they asked if we were compliant.
We are COPPA, GDPR, LGPD, and every single data privacy regulation compliant in many shape and forms. Specifically on Minehut, there is, as many people notice, we are a 13 plus platform, and we enforce it. So whenever people try to, some 10 years old, they will be banned, right? Until they prove we are wrong about it. So there is some specific components about that for sure we observe, and the way that we deliver campaigns is completely compliant to those data privacy regulations, including the kids variations of those. And there are many more than just 3 or 4. So actually, and I'm speaking more about GamerSafer, right? So GamerSafer looks to privacy in a broader way because our business really require that. So there are over 18 different data privacy regulations that needs to be observed to do a global business like we do. And Minehut has players for over 200 countries. So yes.
Thank you.
And I have to be careful, otherwise I go to legal details here. It would be boring. But happy to, if you have any specific question, I can go to it.
This is the last one for the Minehut Future section. It's, do we plan on publishing a public roadmap?
Yes,
Really?
we don't intend on publishing a actual roadmap currently, but my commitment and the team's commitment is to continue ensuring that we're doing the fortnightly release notes that we're doing after the end of every sprint to make sure that you're up to date with whatever's changed live on the server. That's super important, and that we do more regular updates, whether it be through the Discord or through the YouTube videos like yesterday, and doing more regular updates like that so we can look to the future. And obviously the video that was broadcast and shared yesterday was a shorter term plan over the next several months, and looking as to what we also need to design and think more deeply about. It's important as well that we get the year and 5 year plan of Minehut and how we expect to grow that out and make sure that that is well socialized both internally and externally with you guys as well. So yeah.
Let me just jump in here. I see a question still continuing with the why we still have the 13 plus platform on Minehut, and I think that's a very good question. So I'm happy to jump in and put some flavor on that. As you guys know, trust and safety is really important for us, right? So we are raising the bar in terms of trust and safety tools and measures internally before being open to everyone. Minecraft is considered like a family-friendly platform, so this was not mandate by them. We kept what Super League was using on their side. Trust and safety-wise, we are improving a lot, many things that we are doing it, and I think we are just missing some final steps in order to open more and remove like age limitations in the platform. So this is part of the plan for this year. As soon as we have some final features on trust and safety finally fully enabled inside Minehut. Thanks for the question.
Just one thing to add on that is obviously it's not exact same experience as 13 plus. So there will be like different features that will be enabled or not or disabled depending on the age. So
yeah.
So it's a limited experience.
Safe experience.
Awesome, thank you. And now we're going to move to discuss questions about the website, plans, and our panel. So, do you have plans to update the website? And do you have plans to update the server panel?
Yes, absolutely. And if you tuned into the video yesterday, I fully recommend, if you haven't, to check that out. It's one of our core and most important priorities right now to improve the flow, the user experience of players and server owners on the website and server panel. And we're investing more into Minehut with a new hire for a senior full stack engineer on the platform team, whose core initial project will be to focus on that experience as their priority. And we're currently, the stages that we're on right now is designing this out and gathering all your existing feedback that's already captured within this Discord and that we're gathering to understand what good looks like with us, for us and for you. And then we can have that dialogue and ensuring we understand what we can commit to versus can't based off of our values and goals of the trust and safety side of things.
And do we have plans to make logging into Minehut easier?
100%. And I think this I'm targeting this through the lens of logging in online onto the website and accessing the server panel. And part of the improvements that need to be made is the actual login experience and not logging our players out or preventing users from being online for 24 hours within the panel. It's a bit too much of a negative user experience right now and makes it annoying to navigate. So definitely as part of the update to the website, we'll look to improve that.
When are we going to make more affordable plans, and why are specs not listed in the plans?
Great question. We need to review the plans 100%. And part of the website update also needs to ensure that we're advertising the specs so that for the associated plans, so players know what they're getting, and then you guys as a community can make a better judgment call of what you need or want. And I think this also comes back to the call is that we see ourselves as a platform and server hosting as a feature within Minehut, right? And a lot of it is understanding there's other server hosts out there, and we want to provide the best experience with the technology that we have, and we really need to make sure that we're investing in providing always a better experience. But you guys can make a judgment call over whether somebody's providing better specs, for instance, that can host a SMP of all the plugins, which may not be feasible on Minehut. But that's not to say, as I said, we're always going to look to improve our offerings, and part of that is also, for instance, a better distribution of storage across plans and making sure that we provide clearer guidelines of what we can and can't provide due to the limitations. Okay.
And will Fabric and Fabric mods ever be added to server types?
Nice. So Fabric servers should and can already be run and have mods downloaded from the file manager. Something that isn't supported right now are Forge servers, and they have been asked about by you folks. The issue we've had before is that Forge wasn't compliant for the rest of the Minecraft system, but as of I believe 1.20.2, it should now be doable. So we can investigate into supporting this for Forge servers and potentially doing the modern forwarding ourselves to make it compatible as part of our offerings. Process improvements can also be made via the new website and panel to make it more intuitive, I think, for younger users in general to be able to access things like Fabric and Forge servers. Just thinking about the intent of this question, all of this, I think, adds to making sure that we have a really solid user experience. It reduces the amount of clicks that it takes to actually set up a server and get to the intended experience that you guys want in game.
Right, and now we've got some questions about free servers. Are you bringing back free servers? What's happening with the 4-hour plan time constraints?
Yes, as mentioned yesterday, really pleased to announce that we want to bring back free server for our players with no time limit. Obviously, we have to unpack that and make sure that we properly communicate the constraints and what's involved with that and what is the actual specs around that free server. But our interest is in making sure that you guys can play a hosted experience within Minecraft that isn't constrained by time and that promotes creativity and UGC.
And will there be a player count higher than 10 on those free servers?
Yes, we haven't decided yet on the player cap for free servers and server plans. Currently it's 10, but we'll report back when we actually have a concrete decision along with all the rest of the specs and things that need to go along with free servers.
And to be very honest, right? So this part of the journey that we went through, a strong component that was done on the back end and the behind the scenes is all the observability inside the platforms. So how we distribute servers across our database and our infrastructure, how can we really optimize and understand these kind of things? What's the optimum profile of a server? So everyone in this call might be part of a completely different experience on Minehut. We have some servers that have a lot of players, some servers that comes once in a while. We have servers that has a lot of players that just come exactly at the same time, and we have a players that comes every single day in a smaller account. So basically, part of this observability effort, we are trying to understand and better design what's the profile and optimize our network of servers so we can really enable this back in and provide a good experience. So we are still finalizing and what are the rules on the free servers will be. Uh, and I reply and answer here, how guys, you guys are not concerned about the cost of the free servers and so on. It's exactly because we did that. We did a lot of optimizations in the past year, right, on the platform in order to go back to and give this step confidently, right? So yes, we do have the infrastructure ready for that. And we are really excited because it's a long due request from the community. So really excited about that. Thanks for the patience. We'll be ready for that pretty soon.
And welcome to LA to the call.
Hello.
Welcome, Ale.
Hello, Ale. Nice to see you.
Ale, would you like to
Okay.
do
Ali and the cat.
Ale, would you like to do a quick introduction just so folks can be familiar with what you do at Minehut?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Alexandre. You can call me Alex because I know Alexandre is really hard to say in English, like impossible. But I'm a technical leadership here in Minehut, and I've been working on this project for like the past 3 months, I think. And it's been great. Thank you for your patience. I know we had lots of issues, but I'm really glad we're and positive that we are solving all the issues little by little.
And Ale is very humble, right? So he is the master technical mind behind the infrastructure update that we are doing, and we are really happy and surprised by everything that he and the team. Right now we have a full platform team behind Minehut. So if you saw Billy's email, right? So basically we have a single team to do everything in Minehut and competing priorities and all these kind of things. So in the past several months we split this out. We have a platform team, we have a gameplay team on the platform side. Yes, we are managing the cluster in a way that we were never able to do it before. And before joining GamerSafer and Minehut, Ali has had a lot of experience in this field, like building massive infrastructure for other massive games like a Counter-Strike and all this kind of thing. So very happy to see this. He and the team that was built to drive these experiences to a better future.
Yes, they're brothers, and we are considering hiring Ale's cat as well.
Alice Cat is the boss, right?
He wants to be hired.
Think of all the treats. All right. Back to our questions. We're going to cover server owners' questions now. How do we want to help smaller server owners?
Yes, absolutely. And this is something that will always continue, and it can't be dwindled down to one particular thing or feature or something that will magically help server owners. We always need to invest in this, and that can be done through decisions internally, but is also mainly done through listening to the community and making sure we ingest those things into our backlog and priorities. One of the key things that's in my mind about how we can give back to help smaller server owners is ensuring that we can have a upvoting system within Minehut, which allows, similar to other servers which have upvoting systems, but just allowing upvoting so that then we can see what the most popular experiences are within Minehut, and then allowing that feature within our GUI and our menus for players to be able to navigate and see those top experiences. and yeah, really bring to the forefront what you guys are actually enjoying within Minehut and directing players not only through ads but also through a system that will support our smaller community.
Discoverability is very. Oh, go ahead, Maria, please.
Yeah, I was just like thinking that we're launching something in the following months that is called the GamerSafer Academy, and the idea is offering content that helps people to better manage their community. We have like a very specific angle in protecting players because we're GamerSafer, but at the end of the day, we are thinking about content that can also support the smaller servers in addressing the challenge that they have. So we will be also interested in learning what are the topics that would best support the smaller servers to bring to this GamerSafer. We're calling Academy for now because it's just easier to understand. I'm not sure if the name will be that one, but for now, yes. And then people are talking about certificates. We're thinking about ways to recognize people that want to go through the whole process, but also we are reflecting on collecting data because in order to give the certificate, people will have to register, and we are not interested in collecting that data if we don't need. So we're trying to figure those things out, but we're building also this program with a lot of support and input from Minehut moderators. So this is also something awesome. A lot of people already signal they want to contribute. So it's built with and for the community.
And I think this contributes with our ecosystem vision, right? So whenever I talk about ecosystem, and I use this word many times over here, what I really mean, for several years, we really believe there is this path to pro for creators on Minecraft, right? And this needs to be fostered, right? And supported. So the Academy is just one example. And of course, the discoverability components that we have inside Minehut, and other initiatives that GamerSafer supports, like a findmcserver.com and etc., are really important. So trying to find ways where great creators can create safe experiences and have a good audience and turns a hobby into a profession. We really love those stories. We have those stories inside our team, people that really started as a hobbyist and nowadays they have a full career inside Minecraft. And we want to enable this more and more. So by the end of the day, this is also part of the impact that we are driving. So very excited to see all those initiatives together.
Awesome. Thank you. The next question is, do we plan on making adult-specific servers which children can't access? No, there is no intention right now of making adult-specific servers. Minehut's broad player base is a lot younger. This would create some liabilities as well as complicate moderation and enforcement. So at this time, we don't see any reason to make that a thing that we offer.
There are some servers that has this kind of target audience, and some of them use GamerSafer technology as in order to enforce this whitelisting approach, right? So to really make sure that just adults are accessing their servers. Of course, whenever you build a Minecraft server that is targeting adults, still there are rules and mug compliances and all these kind of things that needs to be observed. So if anyone want to go to this path, won't be a Minehut experience, but if you are going through this path, we have tools to help you verify players if you need it, and we have several servers that use our tech stack in order to do so. And just a friendly reminder, if you do this, you still have to abide to commercial guidelines and terms of service from Microsoft in order to do so. And Karen might help you if you have any questions about this, right?
Thanks, Rodrigo. And then we have questions here about the partner program. Well, we have one. How do we expect the partner program to evolve?
100%. Super important question. And the partner program will continue to, as you may know, we already have several partners today with our partner program. And we don't want that to be something that is mysterious or is hard to obtain or an unobtainable thing. It needs to be transparent, but with clear constraints and alignment with our values from a GamerSafer perspective, and also our trust and safety values. So, as part of our GUI update, which will improve accessibility and navigation within Minehut, we expect to also release the partner program details of what it would take to be able to set up a contract between Minehut and our partners, assuring that there's agreements on things like our trust and safety values, mug compliancy, that there's a way to navigate both to the partner within Minehut, but also back to Minehut as well. So there's a clear channel and agreement and transaction of players there. But that there's a whole bunch of things that I can't list here that we need to properly think about before going one step further and making sure that it's crystal clear what it takes. And can't iterate enough that partners need to, it's not just a thing that you can sign up to and just get because you tick all the boxes. It really needs to ensure that you align with our values and our trust and safety compliance, and that what it drills down to is that both parents and our audience can really trust that if they connect to this experience, it's going to be at the high levels and standards that we would expect, both from our side of things and from you guys. So, yeah.
Now we're going to answer some external server questions. Do we have plans to remove all external servers? And how will old external servers be handled?
100%. And address this in the video yesterday and in chat through our release notes. But we've currently stopped new external servers from being spun up for a while now, since towards the end of last year. And our core focus is ensuring that our internal server offerings are good, if not better, because the only reason to look towards external server offerings is because our internal offerings aren't good enough, right? And from there, then we can make a judgment call whether to extend the program. But the core reason that the external servers were put to an end is because 80% of the reports for compromises to our trust and safety and our values were coming from external servers of all sizes, so not just larger servers, but of all sorts of different variety of sizes. So and that wasn't sustainable or pragmatic to go ahead with that. So we really needed to reevaluate whether it was worth continuing, and we made the judgment call that it wasn't. And in terms of old external servers being handled, they will remain. We don't want to provide a worse experience right now within Minehut by taking those away. So our core focus, as I mentioned, is to ensure that our internal servers are brought up to par, and if not better.
And there was a question in chat relating to externals, so we can go ahead and try to answer that as well. Would it not be possible to enforce all external servers to automatically install and enforce useful tools such as GS Bands, GS Defender, which would allow you to moderate external servers better while still allowing the freedom to host on your own hardware?
Yeah, so I think this is the challenge, right? So it's a very diverse ecosystem, and sometimes even the software stack they are using. We are trying to figure out what's the best combination of requirements in order to enable this path in a way that's sustainable. We take the trust and safety subject really serious, and sometimes it's really hard for us and for our support team to go deep into a problem if we are really not able to see all the logs behind some challenges, right? And again, people sometimes try to exploit the systems that they were using like external servers in a very limited time. They have that dark patterns on their end, or something that are not compliant by the end of the day. They just try to maximize and acquire as much play as possible from Minehut and disappear in the next month. So there's a lot of variables that we have to look into that in order to figure out this. What we want to do for sure is keep raising the bar in terms of trust and safety. This will be for sure a strong component of any decision making around that. So give us some time. We'll come back with a good strategy on that matter. Okay.
Also, a couple of things to add on that. First, we shouldn't just compare our server specs with sub-server hosting specs. We don't offer only server hosting. Again, we're not meant to be just a server host. We're a platform, right? So we do offer discoverability too, and that has a great value, right? And it's not only about trust and safety. Obviously, it's the most important thing. So we need to be able to moderate. And yes, there are ways of doing that, but the external servers or the part whatever fits needs to fit the entirety of Minehut. So we can't have players like leaving and then it doesn't seem like they are in Minehut anymore. So it's not a simple thing. It's not as simple as just server specs.
And then there was also a question about how this will affect partner servers
Yes, just
that
to
are external.
confirm, this won't affect partner servers that we have today. Those will continue as they are right now. But yeah, we'll continue to ensure that we work with partner servers to build a strong relationship and keep improving that experience.
Thank you. And then we have a question about billboard ads. Do we intend on reducing the volume of billboard ads in the lobby?
Uh, Let me talk about ads. Definitely part of finding a sustainable path for Minehut was relying on ads and brand activations, right? What I can say is we we are pretty selective with the campaigns that we run on Minehut. So people try to connect Minehut to ask us to connect Minehut to ad networks that we didn't allow. Not only because they want access players data which we don't provide, but also because they want to throw shitty. Sorry, the how my Polish English here, the shitty ads back to you guys. If you see probably over 90% of the ads running on Minehut are entertainment industry related, so movie releases, things that are somehow relevant for the audience and cool to see, right? Um, what we are doing, of course, part of the experience is we remove ads from ranked players, and there is some updates on ranks that are also coming. Um, our ad network is not only related to our internal billboards and inventory, right? So we have the inventory on the lobby and during the transitions between servers, but we are also using the same technology in other servers that are not connected with Minehut at all. So we are trying to distribute the ads as much as we can. Of course, sometimes we have more demand for a specific campaign or a specific country, but we are raising the our inventory in a way that help us keep the business sustainability with a solid revenue stream without really being annoying. It's not the best experience, and honestly speaking, we would love to reduce the number of ads. The way that we see this is a combination, right? So we have to drive more internal content and more reasons to have more players and more revenue through players. So Minehut barely monetize players, right? Considering the size of Minehut and comparing Minehut towards other server networks. So if we have other ways of monetization, we definitely can find a better balance on that path, and that's the ideal scenario, right? So we don't have to push too much on one end, but also help us to enable like features like a free service, right? So I think we definitely try to find a balance over here. And yes, people tried to put much more ads inside Minehut, and we are trying to balance this in some shape and form.
What about the volume of the video ads? Is there a way to lower that?
Well, it varies based on the campaigns, right? So sometimes we have a large campaign, a big movie being launched. So do you see this going up and down? Uh, and also depending on the geography, right? So as of today, about 45% of our player base is in the US. Most of our campaigns are in the US. In the past year, we increased a lot our ads delivery outside of the US, and this is helping us, right? So right now we have more campaigns. So as soon as we acquire Minehut, we basically had ads in 3 countries, right? Right now, I think last year we had ad campaigns in about 26 or 27 different countries, something like that, right? So this is also helping us with the sustainability, and we can relieve a little bit from one side to the other.
Rodrigo, they meant the actual volume of the sound volume of the ads.
Sound volume. I think volume from
Yes.
his number. Well, happy to understand
I think
that
it's client side.
specific
I'm
question. Yeah,
not sure, but
yeah. I don't think we control that. I think it's related to do, but it's a question mark back to the platform team. We will circle back on that. So just take note who it is, and we will circle back on that.
Yeah,
We are
it's
going to take a look on that for sure.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Mhm.
All right. And now onto a Discord question. Why are there regular updates on Discord? This is intentional. We do try to update every time we have an outage or an issue just to communicate those concerns. So not everybody has to ask in chat what's going on. If they become too frequent, you can always remove the status role, and then you will not be pinged each time we make those kinds of announcements. Hopefully that helps. And hopefully we'll have less urgent updates to share with you. Let's see. This one is related to the chat filter. Why is it important to have a chat filter on Minehut servers? Player safety is our number one priority, obviously. This was an easy upgrade for us to add to servers. We receive a huge percentage of our support tickets as reports for things that happen on servers. Uh, Users are wanting to have a better and safer gaming experience that doesn't include hate speech, slurs, other toxic behaviors. And so this was something that we could add to assist with that. We've also had server owners that have requested chat filters because that's not something that's really easy to set up if you're newer to running servers. And we did add the ability to turn off our chat filter if you're on a paid plan because we are aware that there are more advanced filters than what we can offer. Some that will even automatically issue punishments. So we wanted to not impede on those filters and allow, improvements where they can be made.
And of course, I think we have to acknowledge that after we roll it out, we definitely had like a massive impact in the number of tickets from regular things like hate speech and so on. So again, just trying to throw some data into this conversation. And again, this is the legacy knowledge out of Minehut, right? If players had a bad experience because the community sounds aggressive or toxic or using slurs, even though players are reported and moderation teams are on top of them and removing those things, players that has bad experiences play less or don't come back. And when players are not coming back, this is bad for the overall system, right? So stop obvious things with chat filters are mandatory to create and foster better experiences. This relieve our moderators to engage and have fun with the community, minimize the headaches with support, and again, great players just don't have this disturbance while they are playing. So this is non-negotiable.
And there's even more updates in our backlog. So the chat filter that we've released so far is just the MVP. of the chat filter. There's even more improvements and things that we can both to improve the experience of players and also servers owners being able to have configurability that we've triaged in the team. They just need to be prioritized amongst all the other important things that we have going on. But we are interested in making that experience better as well for the chat filter. So it doesn't end with what we just currently have.
Thank you. Why do we disallow AFK rewards? This is a tricky one. We have had rules against bots to increase player counts for years. We did need to add this rule because it was being used to bypass uh, the bot rule. It was AFK rewards. On the surface, it may seem like a minor issue. There's even game modes built around players being FAK to collect resources. However, on Minehut, this became a major pain point for players. You're looking for a fun server to join. You see a server, it's got 100 players. You think you're going to join this really active server and play with 100 other people. However, many times that was not the case. You would join a server that says 100 players, and there would be sometimes no other players. They were all sitting in an AFK pool, collecting rewards. So that is a very disappointing gaming experience. And if you could imagine being a player on Minehut and joining a server, seeing that happen, joining another server, it happens again, maybe 4 or 5 times, you're going to start losing faith in that player count, but you're also going to start losing faith in Minehut as a service because it looks like we're allowing servers to falsify their player count. And so I fully understand that providing AFK rewards to players has been an easy way to increase your player count and make your server look more popular, but it's dishonest and it's been having an effect on player morale. We received a large number of reports complaining about these servers. And that's why we decided to go ahead and enforce this rule as well, just to make sure that we're promoting more positive gaming experiences for the players. So, that being said, this rule applies to servers that are abusing AFK player counts by providing rewards. If players just naturally go AFK on your server temporarily, as you know, maybe they need to take a break or something, that's not a rule violation here. This is for more intentional abuses of the system. That clears that up. Our next question here is, will credit prices be lowered?
Yes. Nothing that is set in stone, more that we need to do work to actually review the prices and remove the barrier to entry and review whether actual credits comply with our own values at GamerSafer. So we'll get back to this and get back to you in a future update to review credit prices.
Would it be possible to provide a gift feature to credits?
100%, or I think even a gift feature in general if you wanted to gift a rank or something similar, or a gift cosmetic. It's something that we intend on working on and that we're considering it as part of our future-proofing it with our GUI update. It won't come with the GUI update, but we're just making sure that we are ready for it and then we can prioritize it in the future when it makes sense. But we think it's awesome if the community want to gift each other rewards and things to each other. That's wholesome, and we should incentivize that.
Let's see. Will GamerSafer update their anti-cheating system?
So we're adding anti-cheat to the SMP. We'll refrain from adding anti-cheat to the hub for the time being. That's not a never, but any anti-cheat that without making our own custom anti-cheat, it wouldn't work well with custom games that we have running as events as part of our lobby event updates, right? So, and we don't really see it a worthwhile investment right now to build custom anti-cheat just for a few lobby mini games that we have, which are realistically there to have fun and add a bit of flavor to the lobby. As we invest more time into the SMP and other experiences that we intend to provide continual updates where the nature is more competitive, then 100% we should invest more time there because that is part of the game loop, but not necessarily, I don't think, the lobby for the time being. But we will continue to endeavour, obviously, to identify any cheaters that there may be in the lobby abusing things like the parkour or the boop arena, for instance, but we just won't automate any of those systems.
Awesome, thank you. Why can you not make changes to VIA version? Ale, do you have an answer for that one?
Yeah, I think this is like a basic way of having a compatibility of Minecraft versions. So we want that to be like common sense between all the servers. And I don't really see a reason to have custom versions of our version, to be honest. If you can enlighten me on that, it would be great.
I think some of the issues come with compatibility with VIA backwards. So sometimes users will have issues with VIA version not wanting to connect to all of the versions, so they would need to update their VIA backwards.
Oh yeah, we're planning on enforcing the version of via backwards too. So we're gonna fix those problems automatically for you. So this is we're working on that right now. So we're gonna test a lot before launching, but I think these issues will be solved after this update.
So thank you. And now we're going to talk about some platform questions. What is the hardest technical problem that we are currently facing?
Yeah, I think like we have a lots of features and a small team, and we don't really know for sure which features are being used, like what templates. So we're investing a lot in monitoring all this platform usage, not just like monitoring the server's crashes and things like that, but also what's being used so we can like have less and better features and, in a size we can handle with our team. So we're gonna prioritize having better quality from now on. I think this is the greatest challenge we're facing right now.
Okay, that's fair. Why has there been downtime, and what are we doing to ensure there is DDoS protection and server stability moving forward?
Yeah, we've been targeted by a really huge botnet since the Christmas, and we tried like some protection systems, loads of them, but the attacks were too big. Now we have a new partner doing this work for us, and it's been great. The problem were mostly solved. Of course, we are still facing some networking issues from time to time, but I think we are really well protected right now.
Yeah,
We also
actually,
did a lot of stuff behind the scenes too, right?
yeah. So there is again, we are being at targets of attacks since the acquisition, and even before that, of course, right? DDoS is a challenge in the industry in general, right? I can say that the number two biggest bill that we pay every month is about that. So there's not lack of investment since the acquisition, and we spend a lot of money to protect Minehut. Minehut is very unique in a way because the how our proxy works is very unique to have all this diversity of experiences. So it's not a very closed network; it's more open, and so we have a more attack ports per se. Um, so we are always evolving and trying to do things. Yes, on Christmas we got a new wave, and again, attacks keep evolving, right? So those guys are creative in a way. They try to screw things up. So what we did was a combination, like a three battlefronts, right? So yes, we really have to change some things in the infrastructure level inside our data centers, the machines that are there, the networking that are there, how the bandwidth and limitations that we have over there. We created internal systems to shut off in case of attacks, and we also have a better relationship with external partners. So and it took us a while to really find this because, yeah, once we put some new defense in place, the attack just evolves in a way, and then we have to keep this mouse and cat game, try to improve and fix and try improve and fix. But I can say that we have received dozens of thousands of attacks every single week. Okay, so it's annoying, but again, it's part of the business, and we have to be better. And very happy to have a full platform team right now that's being more proactive against those challenges. And again, this is bad for everyone. What was our commitment during the peak of these challenges on the holiday season? Um, we did just a full reimbursement of credits that used during the period. So we probably give back over more than 40 or 50% of the downtime. Because again, if you guys are losing, we are losing, and we don't want to do that. So that's what we're doing. Keep investing and trying to be fair with any downtime that we have. And that's not the first time we did this. So I think during these 2 years, we have a very strong downtime in the first year for several days as well. And yes, we give credits and time back in the multiple access back to the community for their tolerance and their support. And thank you for being with us in this journey. And again, thank you so much, moderators from the team, to because I know people got upset. They have a high level of frustration whenever things goes down. And thanks to GamerSafer team as well. Many people here were working during Christmas, during New Year's Eve, weekends to get this done. Usually those attackers, they are cowards. They like to attack during periods that we have that we are supposed to be with our families. So in the past 3 years, our Christmas as a family has been challenging on GamerSafer, right? Ali has kids, Marcelo has kids, we have kids. Some people has cats, and we love to stay the holiday period with the family and so on. But no, we were there on the trenches trying to keep things up and running for you guys. So my appreciation to the moderators and to GamerSafer team to hold the line under the attacks.
Yes, GG's all the way around. Okay, and our last question from the forum is, do we plan on having more of these Q&A sessions? Yes. We will try to have them more frequently. Can't guarantee a cadence, but we will definitely work on having them more often than once a year. There were some questions in the chat about external servers. It was, does Minehut plan on selling full access unmanaged dedicated computers? If not, what is the plan to make internal server hosting the same or better than external?
Guys, it's too early to tell yet. We are still working on what the server plans are going to look like. But again, like I said, adjusting expectations. We're not just a server hosting. We offer a lot more than that. So you guys should consider that when you're making your calculations. Okay. But it's too early to tell.
And also, do we plan on moving the servers to a better location like Virginia or back to New York, possibly adding other regions?
Part of the evolution in our architecture is to enable a multi-data center strategy. I think we are evolving towards that. I don't have a plan yet, but this is definitely part of our goal to improve this kind of global experience. So again, even before moving data center locations or having multi-data center strategies, there are optimizations that could be done, and we are definitely working on that. Bye, Maria. Thanks for joining us. But yes, we definitely have this kind of plan. And again, we do believe that the player count will also keep growing. So we have to keep investing in more machines, and that's why this is important. We have a line of sight of this kind of expansion and growth. And yeah, Ale will be the guy to get this done. No pressure, Ale.
Yeah, I'm already taking notes here on what to do.
Cool. And
Awesome.
again,
I
I
think
just
that
think,
was
and think just a final comment, right? Our sustainable long-term commitment with you guys on the community, and we have a very few people here representing like the larger community. When we acquire Minehut, we have 6 people managing it, right? Right now we have like a 14 or 15. The team is growing a lot, right? And why? Because we do believe on Minehut, we do believe on the potential, and we believe the best is still to come. So we are consistently investing more and more. Thanks for being with this journey with us, and we are always. You see, I think everyone that's on the call probably see us in game many times, right? So yes, I'm one of the leaders of GamerSaferer, and yes, I play inside Minehut, and I sucks on the parkour. That's why the parkour tracks are easier now, because before I was not even able to complete. Um, we make our team happy hours and inside the game on the on the mini games and have some fun. So yeah, we are always available and reachable. And again, thanks for sharing this amazing journey, 2 years journey with us. Uh, More to come.
you, Rodrigo. We are going to share this. We recorded it for anyone who missed it. So if you didn't catch all of it, or you know somebody who wanted to listen in but couldn't join, that will be available. We'll also have a follow-up form where you can ask additional questions we might not have gotten to, and that way everybody feels like they know everything they need to. It looks like Marcelo has been requested to sing on the way out.
Oh,
So
yes.
I just say appreciate everybody's time and questions and investment, both in Minehut and caring and really trying to improve the overall experience. Without you guys, Minehut wouldn't be here. So yeah, thank you and game on.
you everyone have a great day.